They say it's because they love you. That's why they check your phone. That's why they get jealous when you talk to someone else. That's why they need to know where you are. Every minute of the day, it sounds romantic, protective even. But sometimes, what feels like love is actually control, dressed as care. Emotional manipulation can be so subtle that you don't even realize it's happening until you've lost parts of yourself, trying to please someone else. Here are 8 signs you might be emotionally manipulated, even when it feels like love. Watch closely, because real love never makes you feel small. First sign, they make you feel guilty for having boundaries. At first, you think they just miss you, and suddenly, they act hurt, they sigh, they withdraw. They say things like, "I guess you don't love me anymore. You used to want to spend time with me." Before long, you start apologizing for doing simple things, like wanting time for yourself, doing the things you love, seeing friends, or not answering texts right away. That's not love. That's emotional guilt tripping. Healthy partners respect your boundaries. Manipulators punish you for them. They make you believe that taking care of yourself is selfish, when really, it's self-respect. Sign number 2. They use love as a weapon. One day, they're affectionate, attentive, and kind. And the next, they're cold, distant, and critical. You can't predict which version of them you'll get, so you start changing yourself just to earn back their love. This is called intermittent reinforcement, a psychological trick often used in manipulation. By alternating affection with withdrawal, they keep you emotionally hooked, always chasing that warm version of them that only appears when you behave right. Real love doesn't make you beg for consistency. Real love shows up the same way, no matter the day, mood, or situation. It doesn't make you wait, wonder, or work for basic kindness. When someone's affection depends on your performance, that isn't love. It's control wrapped in warmth. And the more you adapt to their unpredictability, the more you lose your sense of what healthy love even looks like. Sign number 3. They twist the story until you doubt yourself. You bring up something they said that hurt you, and they insist you misunderstood. They deny it ever happened or tell you that you're too sensitive. You start wondering, am I crazy? Did I imagine it? That's gaslighting, a classic form of emotional control. It's designed to make you question your own memory and your own judgment, so you rely on their version of reality instead. Over time, you lose confidence in your own perspective, and that's exactly what they want. Because once you doubt yourself, they can control the truth. But here's what you need to remember. Your emotions are valid. Your memory is not your enemy. And anyone who loves you should help you see clearly, not make you question your own mind. Sign number 4. They make everything your fault when they hurt you. Somehow you're the one apologizing. They'll say things like, "I wouldn't have yelled if you didn't make me angry. You're the reason I said those things." And after a while, you start believing it. You start thinking, maybe it really was my fault. But here's the truth. No one makes another person act cruelly. That's a choice. And it's a manipulation tactic called blame shifting. It's how toxic people avoid responsibility and keep you focused on your supposed mistakes instead of their harmful behavior. Love that blames you for their actions isn't love. It's control with a smile. Someone who truly cares owns their behavior. They don't rewrite it. Healthy love takes accountability, not excuses. And you should never feel like you must shrink yourself just to keep someone else calm. Sign number 5. They slowly isolate you from everyone else. At first, it feels flattering. They want to be with you all the time. They say things like, "I just want you to myself. Your friends don't really understand us." But slowly, your world begins to shrink. You cancel plans just to avoid upsetting them. You stop confiding in friends because you don't want to cause drama. This is isolation, one of the most dangerous signs of emotional manipulation. Because when you're cut off from other people, you become easier to control, and they become the only voice you can hear. Remember this: love that limits your world isn't love, it's possession. Healthy love expands your life, it never cages it. And anyone who truly cares will celebrate the people and passions that make you feel alive. Sign number 6. They keep score and never really forgive. Healthy couples argue, talk, and move on. Manipulators, however, keep a mental notebook of every wrong thing you've ever done. Months later, they'll bring it up again to win an argument or make you feel indebted. Remember that time you embarrassed me? I forgave you for that, so you owe me. This constant scoreboard keeps you stuck in guilt, while they stay in control. It's not about love or fairness, it's about power. In genuine relationships, forgiveness is real. In manipulative ones, forgiveness is just leverage. Sign number 7. They subtly destroy your self-esteem. They never insult you directly. Instead, they wrap criticism in honesty or jokes. You're cute, but you'd be hotter if you lost weight. You're too emotional. No one else would put up with that. Over time, you start believing them. You second-guess your looks, your opinions, your worth. This is emotional erosion, a long game that turns confidence into dependence. Because when you stop believing in yourself, you start needing their approval just to feel okay. Sign number 8. They say "I love you," but you feel small, not safe. Love should make you feel seen, respected, and free. But when you're being manipulated, love feels heavy, like a cage lined with compliments. You feel anxious when they're happy and terrified when they're not. You monitor your words, your tone, even your silence. "If I love you" feels more like a warning than comfort. It's not love, it's control wearing a disguise. Real love doesn't shrink you, it lets you breathe. And here's the truth you may have forgotten. You deserve a love that feels peaceful, not predictable. You deserve safety, not tension. And someday you'll realize that love isn't supposed to hurt just to exist. Emotional manipulation doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers. It hides in affection, in apologies, in the word love. If you recognize any of these signs, know this. You're not crazy, you're not too sensitive, and you're not unlovable. You've simply been taught to mistake control for care. And the moment you see that truth is the moment you start taking your power back. If this video resonated with you, leave a heart in the comments or share it with someone who might need it. And if you want to understand more about the hidden side of the mind, like and subscribe because we're only getting started.